All right, man. Let's talk about the NFL preview show 2024. It's been a long time since I did an NFL preview show, so appreciate y'all for tapping in. Gonna go over um, week one picks. We're gonna go over Super Bowl picks, division winners, all that type of stuff. So MVP, etc. So um obviously, we have the Ravens and the Chiefs tonight at 8:20. So it'll be plenty of time to watch this. Probably even almost rewatch this and still make the game. Um, yeah, a lot changed over the course of off season. You got guys like Saquon Barkley. Now he's in Philadelphia, crossing over from in the division, which is crazy. Uh, JJ McCarthy out, got Caleb out for the season for Minnesota. Caleb Williams making, his debut in Tennessee. You got Jaden Daniels, who got a lot of hype. A lot of people like Jaden Daniels as well too. So yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Um, so yeah, it's going down. But I mean, I don't know where to start at. We could, pretty much start in the NFC. So make sure y'all thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We could start in the NFC because the AFC is tougher. Just to break this down. So get this off the screen real quick. Here we go. So we can start off with the NFC West. Competitive, probably might be the best division in the NFL. Los Angeles Rams, Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco 49ers, Seattle Seahawks. I think it's a competitive division. I think everybody is, for the most part, rolling with the San Francisco 49ers to win the division. Yeah, they rolling with the San Francisco 49ers, for the most part to, win a division. But I think it's be a difference of opinion there. Just my humble opinion here. I think for the most part, I like what Arizona did last year. I like what the Los Angeles Rams did. I know they lost Aaron Donald, Puka Nacua, healthy Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams, drafted Blake Corum. Defense kind of shaky. Seattle, they got Mike McDonald, used to be Michigan defensive coordinator, long time coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens as well too. Uh, so, um, so yeah. But in my humble opinion, you got to honestly remember that the Super Bowl hangover. There's some teams that survived it. Philadelphia survived it for 11 weeks, and then they fell off a cliff. I think the year before that, a couple years before that, um, uh, you had the Cincinnati Bengals who started off super duper slow, and then they finished hot. So the Super Bowl hangover has kind of been to the point where now, even if you start off good or you start off slow, it don't mean that it got you or it don't got you. But in my humble opinion, I like the way the Arizona Cardinals finished last year, and I could be way off on this one. I like the way that they finished last year. Tough. They beat a lot of good teams down the stretch last year. They had Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyler Murray. A lot of people believe he's the greatest high school football player in Texas history, 43-0. Shout out to my boy Kennard, 910. Shout out to Memphis. Big stepping. To be honest, I'm going to step out on a limb and say the Arizona Cardinals win this division. I'm going to step on a limb and say Arizona win the division. I know San Francisco got a great roster. Brock Purdy in the money year. It's the year that's going to certify him. Probably getting 60 plus million a year. Christian McCaffrey in his prime. You know what I'm saying? Deebo Samuel's out there. He doing his thing. They paid Brian Ayuk. I know my man's from Florida got shot in the check. Nick Bosa. The defense started to look shaky without D'Amico Ryans last year. I just feel like with the Super Bowl hangover for them, I think the hangover gonna get them. And the only reason I really don't roll with the Los Angeles Rams, they defensive backfield got decimated. Um, this off season. No Aaron Donald. They got a lot of young guys, but the offense is good. My only issue with the Rams, other than the defense and the lack of DBs too, that went down, and no Aaron Donald. Sean McVay just like to pass the ball too much, and Stafford, he turns the ball over a lot. In Seattle, they still got a pretty good team. I just don't know a lot about Mike McDonald as a leader and a head coach. Pete Carroll been there for years, so I got Arizona winning the division, LA coming in second, San Francisco coming in third, and Seattle coming in fourth. I just think the Super Bowl hangover might get San Francisco, and the roster might be too good and overcome that, but I think they're gonna slip, in my opinion. And hold on, let me see something real quick. We're gonna go to the sports book too, in between these picks and stuff, and that's my opinion. But let's see, let's see. Let's see if we can get a list of Super Bowls um, going here. So let's look at like the last 5 of them. Okay. So last year, I believe it was in Vegas last year. They don't have a one in Vegas last year. So this the one. This the one last year. This the one the year before last. Kansas City beat Philadelphia. Philadelphia started off at 10-1, then fell off to the cliff. Lost to the Cardinals late in that season. The Rams in Cincinnati. Cincinnati started off slow, real slow, like a Super Bowl hangover. They caught win. I believe Tampa, they looked bad after their championship year. They won the championship. You know what I'm saying? San Francisco, I think Jimmy G got hurt that year. So they had a hangover year. You know what I'm saying? The Rams kind of fell apart. They lost that one. Todd Gurley had a lot to do with that. New England did lose and they did return and beat the Rams that year. So, you know, Denver, that was it for them. Arizona, that was it for Denver. But Carolina, they fell off a cliff after that one. Obviously, Atlanta never, came back, had that big lead. Denver did make it back 2 seasons later. But for the most part, San Francisco, that was the end of the Harbaugh era right there. They never made it back. Kaepernick never was the same once them lights turned off. If you remember that Super Bowl when they turned the lights off. So, yeah, like I said before, usually the Super Bowl hangover, it get them. It get them every time. Every time. So, now if you want to believe in some of this stuff, these picks that I'm saying, and I'm not saying you should take advice. This is not a professional betting advice. This is me just having a hunch right here. So if you think you believe what I'm saying, I mean, $100 get you $1,300 if you bet Arizona to win the division. Obviously, San Francisco is the heavy favorite, followed by Los Angeles, Seattle, and Arizona. I think Arizona might have what it takes to do so. 100 on Arizona get you $1,300 every 100 that you bet. 50 get you 600. What? 650. So, yep, bet at your own risk. No betting advice. So, let's keep it moving. These division winners. The NFC South, I think this is a fairly easy one. But then again, this is also pretty much contingent on how healthy Kirk Cousins is. Haven't heard much about Kirk Cousins' health. So, coming off the Achilles injury, they did draft Michael Penix. It's going to be a lot of pressure if Kirk Cousins don't look good to put Michael Penix Jr. in. He's a guy that had a lot of injuries throughout his career, played at Indiana with a lot of injuries. Then, he one of them 6-year seniors that had his glow up in Washington. And, that second before last year, and then last year it all came together. So I'm not sure what Kirk Cousins' health history is. It looked like he's 36 years old coming off an Achilles. So they might be in a bit of trouble, bro. But they got an excellent roster. I don't think he ever played in the preseason. Not sure how much he practicing. But what I will say is shout out to Raheem Morris getting a second chance. Did great things with that Ram defense out there in LA. But looking at this division, Saints defense is always good for the most part. It's just about the offense. Alvin Kamara might be the most overrated running back there ever was. He's a receiver back there playing running back, and I think we all know that at this point. Once again, he's a receiver back there playing running back. He has never rushed for 1,000 yards, so he's a complimentary. He's a complimentary running back. That's what he is. He's a complimentary running back. Uh, you know, good scat back. Tampa, they got an excellent roster over there at Tampa still. But can Baker Mayfield, usually when you get somebody some money like Baker Mayfield, they have one good year. They usually, Cinderella usually turn into her, her slipper usually fell off and she go back to being a bum. But you look at the roster, Rashad White, good fantasy pickup. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan, don't know who that is. I mean, offensive line, got one of the best left tackles out there, Christian Wirth. I think he used to play left, right? I mean, Kalinji Kanzi, be quiet. Kalinji Kanzi, Vita. Mason. I got Mason here today. He ain't used to being here. Levante David, Devin White with the Philadelphia Eagles. He won't play Friday in Brazil versus the Packers. Don't forget the Packers and Eagles play tomorrow, 8:15 from Brazil, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. So they got a solid roster. Jamil Dean, good corner. They lost Carlton Davis, traded him to us, to Detroit. Check out my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. Antoine Wilfield Jr. So, yeah, I mean, they got a solid roster. My Detroit boy, William Golston, still over there getting the bag. So, who else we got up in this thing? Panthers. I mean, I don't think anybody is expecting anything from the Carolina Panthers. Owner is terrible. The owner went into a restaurant because one of the owners of the restaurant he put out there that, the Panthers need a new ownership or they suck. He went in there and smacked the hat off the dude's head. Bryce Young went to one of the worst possible situations possible. But honestly, I think Atlanta got the superior roster. Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts be one of the better tight ends in the league. Rumors out there that he lazy and that's not why he's not as good. And that's sad to say if that's true. They did lose Rondale Moore, who I'm excited to see over there. But Drake London, Darnell Mooney from the Chicago Bears, Bijan Robinson is going to be probably the tailback. He's going to be flanked. Well, he's going to be spelled by Tyler Algieri. I look for Drake London and Kyle Pitts to have big years. Solid offensive line. Defense got really good. Added Matthew Judon from New England. Still got Grady Jarrett over there. AJ Terrell got paid. Added Jesse Bates from Cincinnati a couple years ago. Also got Justin Simmons. So I think this is a really good team. If Kirk Cousins could be healthy, I can actually see the Atlanta Falcons coming out the NFC just with the talent that they got. They got a good mix of veteran talent, and they got a really good mix of young talent. So I see them running away with the division. If I see anybody that can stop them, it's probably Tampa Bay. I just don't see Derek Carr getting it together enough to help them out. So I like Atlanta in that division. So if you want to, bet Atlanta, obviously they're a favorite. So it costs you $140 to win $100 on them. Every 100 you bet, you can bet less than that. You win 140. Tampa Bay is a distant second, plus $320. Every 100 you bet is $320. New Orleans plus 450. Every 100 you bet is 450. And then the Carolina Panthers is, they got a better chance of winning the division than this is the Cardinals do according to this book. 100 get you $100 get you $1,100 every 100 you bet. So, but yeah, I like Atlanta to run away with that division. Maybe even with Michael Spinks at quarterback there. Bijan Robinson, Kirk Cousins, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Jesse Bates, Grady Jarrett, Matthew Judon, Justin Simmons. So they got AJ Terrell. They got a hell of a team, man. I wouldn't be surprised, if they ran the table and went to the championship. They got that type of roster, for sure. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with that. In the other NFC North, I really try to stay impartial here and not really give an opinion. Really Minnesota losing JJ McCarthy, unfortunately, that set them back another year. Didn't really think they players in the game. If they do something, it's going to be on the back of their defense. And then, Aaron Jones, they got him as the running back from Green Bay and moved on from Dalvin Cook last season, moved on from what's the kid, Alexander Madison as well, too. I don't know where he at. Chicago, they got a lot of talent. Defense played well. Montez Sweat and those boys. Got rid of Eddie Jackson, handed the keys over to Jaquan Brisker, Trayvon Edmonds, added 3 receivers, Keenan Allen and Romeo Duzier, whatever his name is, from Washington. Nice receiver. And then they also already got, DJ Moore a couple years ago, decided to move away from Justin Fields. And on top of what Justin Fields sound like, y'all boy Russell Wilson is still injured. So, yeah. So it sounds like Russell Wilson is still actually injured. So that's something to look at. Calf string still lingering. You might see Justin Fields balling out on Sunday. So keep a lookout for that. Green Bay has a tremendous roster. Jordan Love is a tremendous quarterback. That's why they moved on from Aaron Rodgers. It was just in time. So they drafted a bunch of number 1 picks, first round picks on that defense. Even when Aaron Rodgers was there, they stayed drafted number 1 for whatever reason. When Rodgers was there, the defense just felt like, they can be lazy. But last year, their defense stepped it up, especially when their offense was struggling. Rashad Gary went to Michigan. Kenny Clark on the inside. Devontae Wyatt, another first round draft pick. Preston Smith got him. I think they got him from Washington. If my memory serves me correctly, they got rid of Za'Darius Smith. He in Minnesota. I think he played in Washington. Yeah, yep. Second round pick out of Washington. They good at sacks. How many sacks he had? 8 last year, so they ain't too bad. They got a lot invested into that defensive line. I think they got this kid out of Iowa, Lucas Van Ness. Yep, 13th pick last year's draft, 2 years ago, 2023. So I don't know if he got it. He had 4 sacks last year. So they heavily invest every year. Even when Aaron Rodgers was there, they heavily invest in first round picks. Rashad Gary, I believe, was another first round pick. That's 13th pick in 2023, 12th pick in 2019. He just could never stay healthy. Finally staying healthy. Devontae Wyatt, I believe he another first round pick out of Georgia, 28th pick. There you go. So look how many first round picks they got across this defense. Just the defensive line we going through. Kenny Clark, I don't think was a first round pick. Yep, first round pick, 2016, 27 pick. So just look at all these first round picks that they got across the defensive line. Another Georgia Bulldog, Quay Walker, first round pick. The 22nd pick. I mean, all these first round picks they invested for years, and whatever reason it is, they just never materializes as a top defense. They get hot for a time. Jay Alexander, one of the top 10, 8 corners in the league. He's a first round pick, 2018. You know what I'm saying? So they got a bunch of first round picks just across this defense for years. They was 3-4, now they 4-3. I mean, offensively, just as talented they front seven is. They receivers are. Christian Watson was injured last year. Him and Aaron Rodgers starting to cook 2 years ago. He's a deep threat. Romeo Doubs, a beast. Jaden Reed out of Michigan State was a surprise last year. So they got really good wide receivers, out there. They got 3 really good ones. Tight end Luke Musgraves, he's solid. Josh Jacobs, I don't know how much left in the tank. They lost AJ Dillon for the season. That was Corey Dillon's nephew. He's big, strong back. No Diddy. So I don't know how many good great years that Josh Jacobs actually has. He had 1,600 yards a couple years ago, 12 touchdowns. I mean, receiving wise, he had 400 yards, so he had over 2,000 combined yards from scrimmage. He had 53 catches too. So the Raiders really leaned on him, but what ended up happening with him, he sat out last year, and he really never got a rhythm. He may never recapture that rhythm. 26 years old, I think he will. where they rely on his passing game, where they rely on him in the run game, is the number one question. But they should really rely on him in the run game. So they're gonna test that Eagles defense. We're gonna talk about the Eagles defense in a minute. This is a very good roster they put together with a really good quarterback. Outside of Josh Jacobs in the running game, they may be in trouble there. So maybe they might have to showcase Jordan Love's legs some more. And obviously, my Detroit Lions, check out my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. Yeah, William Ghost and Southeastern legend. Yeah, shout out to Southeastern. Um, so kind of when you start, let me think this now. When you start coming in here, no Diddy. Obviously I know the roster, so start looking best offensive line in football. Some people believe tight ends block, left tackle block, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. Panisa Will probably the best tackle in the game. Pretty much you start looking here. The weakness is just the receiving core. Outside of Amar Ross and Brown's a lot of questions in the receiving core, so the back's going to have to step up. One of the better receiving tight ends in the game. Defensively, um, look really good. It's just going to be how fast do that new secondary mesh together. And DJ Reader coming from Cincinnati. We got a couple other surprises out there, and Levi Zorky, Josh Pascal. So yeah, it's a good team. Aiden Hutchinson, face of the defense. So it's really going to come down to us or Green Bay to win the division. Quite frankly, um, it's a good. I don't. I mean, I obviously I don't know. So I would favor my team, but I would favor my team and say they should win the division. But I don't. I really don't know. I'm gonna be impartial here and say I don't know. I favor Detroit, but you know we be fluky. But we plus 120 to win the 25 to win the division. So we not an overwhelming favorite. $100 get you 125. Green Bay get you 210. 100 get you $210. 100 on the Bears get you 340. 100 on the Minnesota Vikings get you 850. So surprised to see the Bears so close. So Vegas believe in Chicago a little bit. So I take Detroit. I don't know. Green Bay is really good too. Really probably gonna come down to injuries, and can Green Bay handle the pressure of having a target on their back this year? All right, so that's pretty much what's gonna come down to for Green Bay. We had a target on our back coming in last year. People expect us to win the division, how we finished last year. So it's gonna be interesting there. But they got a really good football team from top to bottom. NFC East. I know a lot of people is gonna like the NFC East. Jaden Daniels entered the division. Some people think he may be better than Caleb Williams, one of those 6-year seniors and shit like that, and played at Arizona. There was a lot of talk about how the players in Arizona didn't necessarily like him, but you didn't hear that from LSU. You know what I'm saying? So that should have told you a lot about that program that Herm Edwards was ahead of. Number 2 overall pick, athletic, 6'4". So I'm concerned about his weight and how he get hit, how he can take a hit. So that becomes a concern. But really looking at the Washington roster, they lost a lot of talent. Lost Montez Sweat, traded him away. Got tired of Chase Young. He went out there and he just chose to go to a pass rush academy camp without the commander's permission. Injured himself, and that pretty much spoiled that relationship. So when you go to the defense over here, you start looking. They got Bobby Wagner, Dante Fowler, 2 OG linebackers in the game. You go out there, you look at the defensive line, Jonathan Allen, Alabama, Deron Payne, Alabama, Ferdarian Mathis, he from Alabama. So they got a few Alabama guys there. Lost their speed on the edge with Chase Young and Montez Sweat. They go with Khalil Farrell, which I didn't even know he still was in the league. Raiders fan, no Khalil Farrell. Took him 4th overall. Really never did nothing in his life in the NFL for real. Supposed to have more sacks than that. I don't know if it was his inability. He played 17 games last year, so um, yeah, he just ain't never showed up. The way he's supposed to show up out of Clemson, and obviously Clemson didn't show up versus Georgia last week. So it's a defense that's kind of pretty much rebuilding, bro. After losing a couple guys, not a full rebuild, but they're pretty much rebuilding. So, they're going to need this guy, Fendarian Mathis out of Alabama, 2nd round pick to step up. So, the corners, I don't know. Michael Davis been around. Mike Sandstrill, he from Michigan. We loved him up in Michigan, national champion. Benjamin St. John Gentiste, Emmanuel Forbes out here. So they got some talented corners out there. So, would it surprise me if they won a division? Absolutely not. Literally, I don't know literally what happened. It just literally shut down. So my bad, y'all. Jay Hardaway, I see you. So it literally just shut down when I started talking about the Washington Commanders. So I don't literally know what happened. So, um, but all right. So we back. So hopefully y'all, able to roll back into the building. So we was getting to the Commanders offense. So I don't know what happened there. Um, but we get to the Commanders offense. They got Zach Ertz. Got cut from the Eagles, or got removed from the Eagles. Then he went down to Arizona, and then Tom McBride, other tight end, pushed him out. Traded a kid from what's my man's name? Johan Dotson. They traded him to Philly. That was wild. They replaced him with Noah Brown, Terry McLennan, Olamide Zanjushish. I don't even know who the hell this guy is. He was don't know. Went to University of Virginia. They don't say he was drafted, so but historically small guy. Um, he been with the Atlanta Falcons in Philadelphia, so I don't know. Maybe they see something that I don't know. But the receiving core kind of looking kind of light for young for young Jaden Daniels over here. But hey, Terry McLaurin, one of the better receivers in the league. Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler. So yeah, I mean, like I said before, I really see zero shot in them winning this division. Like zero. A lot of guys got to go down, no Diddy, for them to win. Let's do what the Giants. Look at what the Giants doing. Honestly, uh, quarterback holding them back. I believe they have a really good roster, really good defensive players. We can start there. Brian Burns, they got him from Carolina, one of the better pass rusher. One of the Lions to pick him up. Dexter Lawrence, one of the better interior guys in the league. Aziz Lordry, I think he was in Georgia, linebacker. Yep, Georgia turned him out. No Diddy. Uh, Kayvon Thibodeau, loved them coming out of they running 3-4, but loved them coming out of Oregon. So backfield, kind of new in the backfield. Don't know a lot of the guys in the DBs, but good front seven. Then you go over here, put a lot of work into the offensive line. They took Andrew Thomas, I believe. They took him over Sauce Gardner, and a lot of people still don't forget them. But shit, they couldn't protect their quarterbacks. Uh, uh, Wandale Robinson. I think he tore his ACL last year versus us. I think a couple years ago. Good receiver. I think he was out of Memphis. Small guy to Memphis, Kentucky. My bad. Beast slot receiver. And then they got Malik Neighbors. I like Jalen Wyatt out of Tennessee, a good receiving. He was a good fast guy out of Tennessee. I just think Daniel Jones, just it's hard to give him the football. Vertical threat, athletic, smaller in stature, 6 foot, 185 as far as weight. So he got some receivers to play with. These guys can run. Wandale, Neighbors, uh, Jalen Wyatt. Obviously, Malik Neighbors is probably going to be him and Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be going week for week for who the best young receiver is, and maybe for many years to come. I don't know he was only 6 feet, 200 pounds, but LSU six pick. I know rumors was he didn't want to come to New York and play with Daniel Jones or Vanilla Vick or Danny Dimes. He wanted to go out there to LA. It's probably best for him to be in New York. Trust and believe me. And then you got Devin Singletary's day back. He played really well in Houston last year, but Houston had a passing quarterback. They in trouble. They don't have a Saquon. They don't have a workhorse running back. They got a quarterback who can't throw and can't hand the ball off to the running back Saquon no more. They in trouble. They may end up getting the number one pick next year. Hopefully they got the number one pick. This guy sucks. Um, he sucks. Look at these stats. He got a contract off 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So they in trouble next year. I mean, they lucky if they get 6 wins, and they know it. So you know they just need Darius Slayton's a good receiver too. They just need a quarterback to step in, and they probably be an NFC East contender, NFC contender if they just get a quarterback that can step in. But and then going to the heavy hitters, the big heavy hitters of the division. Eagles and Giants. I mean Dallas. Who won the division last year? Was it Dallas? So we go with Dallas. They won the division last year. There was a lot of talk about what they didn't do this offseason. I wouldn't have did shit neither. The way they played last year, I'm gonna continue to spend money in this. But they got Tyler Smith, Tyler Guy. They got a lot of guys gone. Tyron Smith out of there. Uh, they still got Zach Martin in there. The tackling Dutchman and his ass gone too. Then he retired. The tackling Dutchman. Uh, DeMarcus Lane, nothing really new. Eric Kendricks, then he get in trouble for trading, inside trading. Malik Hooker, Jordan, Lewis, Trayvon Diggs. I know the other guy. What's the other corner that got Deron Bland? He out for a few weeks. So ain't nothing really changed. Who did they draft? I don't know who the fuck they drafted this year. Great question. So yeah, the same team. It's just I don't know. They just known for beating up on bad teams, and they known for coming up short against good teams. They just a fluky team. There's rumors that a Dak deal is pretty much close to being done. So, me personally, I mean, hey, it is what it is. The Eagles, this is one of the teams that I'm very, very interested in, quite frankly. Um, Defense struggled down the stretch. Super Bowl hangover bit them in the ass after going 10-1, I believe. You look at what they doing. They got Jordan Davis, who really ain't played up to par. Jalen Carter been a beast. Um, Fletcher Cox, I believe, retired. So honestly, other than that, the Kobe Dean, undersized linebacker, Josh Sweat, just go out there and get some sacks. Kaleem Ringo, he struggled early on as a rookie. I think he'd be all right. Darius Slay is cool. And now you got Quinyon Mitchell as the nickelback, which is crazy to me. I think he should be on the outside. Bradbury is injured, so and they moved him to safety. He was so bad at corner last year, bro. So Bradbury got old overnight. But in my opinion, I'm surprised to see Quinyon Mitchell at nickel and Khalid Ringo starting on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So really, they're hoping Gardner Johnson brings some camaraderie back there. He was with us last year. Towards Peck came back for the playoffs. Still got my Detroit boy Brandon Graham over there, but for the most part, they're in a transition. Fletcher Cox gone, a lot of those other guys going out there. So we'll see. Their defense was miserable last year, and honestly, um, if somebody don't step up and help, and Jalen Carter, they gonna be terrible again this year, to be honest. So Jalen Carter need help. Darius Slay getting old. Kaleem Ringo, he pretty much struggled last year. That's why he fell in the draft. Big physical corner, um, but you know, they corners. Darius Slay getting up there too. So um, they gonna be. I don't know. No, the defense don't look too good to me. But it's if Jalen Carter gets some help, they'll be all right. Offensively, they took Mekhi Becton. I believe the Jets drafted this guy out of Louisville. Yep. Didn't work out at tackle. So now they trying a big 6'7", 363-pound dude at guard. So that should be interesting. Good athlete. They're probably gonna do a lot of pulling with him. Lane Johnson at right tackle, Jordan Malalata at left tackle. You got the center going and Jason Kelsey. He called him Monday Night Football. This is a seventh round pick, so he came from the trenches. Um, so yep, one of the better offensive lines in football. We'll see, how they replace Jason Kelsey, Dallas Goedert, one of the better tight ends. They had Johan Dotson, like I said, from Washington, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. So they got three good receivers. Behind that, ain't shit behind them. But Dallas Goedert is a receiver, and also Saquon can receive it. Kenneth Gainwell can receive it. So they got Kenny Pickett over there. Didn't know Kenny Pickett wasn't even on the Pittsburgh Steelers no more. So it's going to be about Jalen Hurts this year. And, last year's rumors, he was injured last year. Then also was rumors that him and the head coach don't get along. So we'll see. But that defense to me is going to be key. But if they smart, they hand the ball and get as many touches to Saquon Barkley as possible. But they got a good, passing game. They got a good offense. It's just going to be on, old buddy to do his, head coach and Jalen Hurts to do their thing. So I got the Eagles winning that division, to be honest. I got the Eagles running off with that division. I think they're going to win it by a game. I think it's going to win it by a game. So it's going to come down to the last week, and they're going to win it by a game. So I'm trying to pull up the sports book again, but before I do, he said Detroit going crazy this year. Hold my breath on that one. Shout out to Dan Berry. Happy Thursday. What's good, Jay Hardaway? The Hardaway. Not again. You heard about Ricky Purdy shot. Yeah, I got y'all finishing third in the division. Yeah, I got Arizona winning the division. That's my bold pick for today. Now he back at practice already. He's a Giants DV. He can't play for 4 weeks. I think he on the pup list. Giants defense gonna bail them out a lot of games. I don't think so, bro. They don't have no running game. Jets and Lions Super Bowl. Whoa, let's go Birds. Which Birds you talking about? The Eagles. The Eagles. So let's see if we pull this up. There we go. So we was on the NFC East. I got the Eagles winning. They favorites. $140 get you 100. If you think Dallas gonna win every 100, you bet get you 175. You think the Commanders gonna win every 100, get you 1100. The Giants are the biggest underdogs that we went through so far. 100 get you 1600. So I see on the screen they will be defeated. So yeah, I like Philly to win the division. So I'm gonna stick with the favorites here. Yeah, we kind of that little mess up we had fucked us up for a minute. So, but we getting thorough in this thing. We getting thorough in this thing, and then we're gonna go through some MVP picks and stuff. So we done with the NFC. So in the NFC, we went with Arizona to win it. The what NFC West, it's the South, NFC Atlanta. I went with Detroit in the North. Not really sure about that one either. Them or Green Bay. And NFC East, went with Philadelphia. I think 4 winners. I think what is it? 3 wild cards now. I think it's 3 wild cards now. I will go with Dallas as a wild card, Green Bay as a wild card, and I will say if it's 3, the Los Angeles Rams get in there. So obviously, who I think will make the Super Bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and say Philly. I'm gonna say Philly makes the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna be a homer with Detroit. Just act like Detroit don't exist. I didn't want to pick them from. I love to see the Lions make the Super Bowl. I just don't pick the Lions or pick against them. I don't give a prediction for them, but I'm gonna say Philly make it like the Lions didn't exist. I think Philly is gonna make it. Defense scared me a little bit, but I like Philly to make it. So let me see the odds on Philly making the Super Bowl. It's crazy. You got matchups. So I don't know. We'll figure that one out later. We'll figure that out later. We're gonna get week 1 picks at the end too. So we do that at the end. Why do I have to log in? I don't want no promo. I just logged in. Shit crazy. Every time you log out these things, they want you to log in. So let's roll over to the AFC. So this shit is simple. Denver, Kansas City, Las Vegas Raiders. Los Angeles Chargers, Kansas City. That's the only team coming out of this division. They souped up their team in my opinion. I don't believe in Knicks, Bo Jangles, Bo Jackson. Don't believe in them. I like what Kansas City did this year. Still got Pacheco, picked up Samaje Perine. I love that pickup. Rasheed White, he ain't been suspended. Marquise Brown, he won't play tonight, but he nice. Xavier Worthy, that was a great pickup. Brought back Juju Smith-Schuster, so they good at receiver. I'm waiting on Scott Moore to step up. I guess I'm gonna be waiting till my casket drop. Um, Defensively, you know what they bring in. Jervis Carl Leafis, he bought last year. Chris Jones, best defensive tackle in the league, been that way for 3 years. I love Darren Donald, but to be real, Trent McDuffie. Now they might have a little bit of issue here. They got rid of Jerry Sneed. A lot of people thought he might be the best corner in the league, but Patrick Mahomes in the offense probably gonna be back this year. Worthy, Hollywood can't catch for shit, but all Rasheed Rice needed was a little help, and Juju Worthy and Hollywood will provide that help. I mean, do we really got to go through these odds? If you want me to speak on them other teams, I surely will. I will keep it short. While I surely will. The Raiders. I mean, I like Gardner Minshew out there for them, to be honest. But other than that, no Josh Jacobs to hand the ball off to. It's like Zamir White, Alexander Madison. That's where he at. Devontae Adams over there crying. Jacoby Myers a good slot receiver. Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer. So they took the first two tight ends second round last year, first round this year. I think they took Brock Bears right before we took Sam Laporta. I could be wrong. I know we took Sam Laporta first. Crosby, Christian Wilkins. So they got some dogs over there, but they just don't have enough. Honestly, they just don't have enough. And then you look at Denver. I mean, Bo Nix, the quarterback. I don't have to speak on them. The Chargers, you know, they gonna run the ball with Gus Edwards, and they gonna run the ball with J.K. Dobbins. He pretty much Harbaugh got his brothers players. Gus Edwards was Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins tore his leg up. He was Baltimore. He brought in Hassan Haskins from Detroit, from the Michigan Wolverines. So, you know, Herbert is a beast. But you look at the receivers: Quentin Johnston, trash. Uh, Jerry Rice's son is the third backup receiver. So, um, yeah, that's interesting. DJ Shark is backing up Joshua Palmer. Don't have the best receivers. They're gonna run the ball a lot. Or tight end. Will Disley is okay. Hayden Hurst is out there, so he's nice. So defensively, Bosa. What the fuck happened to Khalil Mack? Oh, Khalil Mack standing up. So I don't know how that's working. So Bosa is the outside edge, and Khalil okay. Denzel Perryman, Sante Samuel Jr., Derwin James. So y'all got a good defense, you know, just Brandon, you know, that Brandon dude was trash, but without their best receivers, Mike Williams with the Jets and Keenan Allen now with the Chargers. I mean with the Bears, we'll see. But yeah, I like Denver to run away with this division, and this is literally no. I mean not Denver, but Kansas City. They have negative 270, so $270 cost you to get 100. Chargers is second, 100 get you 390. Raiders second, third, 100 get you 1,000. And the biggest underdog we've seen so far is Denver, and then when the division 100 get you 2,000. So yeah. So we're moving on to the AFC South. I'll check the comments after this one. Interesting division. I think it's a three-legged race. I think Tennessee got a chance too, but Houston, Jacksonville, Indianapolis. Only thing scary you about Indianapolis is Anthony Richardson is made of glass. That ass is made of glass. Word to Diddy, no Diddy. But obviously you like it. Jonathan Taylor, you know, he can resume his form without holding out. Love Pittman Jr., Josh Downs is solid. Alec Pierce is solid. They got a solid receiving core. Grayson and Mo Ali Cox, they're a good duo at tight end. That tight end. Other than that, DeForest Buckner's played for the 49ers. Kitui Pay, I think he played at Michigan. Yep. Sure did. Other than that, don't know too many more of these guys. Kenny Moore is a good nickelback. So yeah, they had a good roster. Anthony Richardson was looking like CJ Stroud until he got injured versus CJ Stroud last year in that defense. So yeah, I can see Anthony Richardson doing something next year. The Tennessee Titans, I like the way Will Levis looked last year, Mr. Mayonnaise himself. I like the way he looked last year. He got mayonnaise low deals and everything. They got Tyler Boyd, DeAndre Hopkins. So two possession receiver Calvin really is the explosion. See if Traylon Burks can step up. Former Cowboy Tony Pollard in the backfield. No more Derrick Henry. He in Baltimore. We speak on that later. Um, Defensively, Jeffrey Simon is one of the better interior defensive linemen in the game. Amani Hooker out there, Quadre Diggs, Legere Sneed from Kansas City. So they got a solid defense, a real veteran type of team over there. So, Will Levis can play now. Yeah, Will Levis can play. So I can't count them out. And then you go to Jacksonville. They lost Calvin Ridley. Lost the other guy. Forget the other receiver they had. He got in trouble. Allegedly put his hands on a girl. Turned out not to be real. That also happened with the kicker from Denver. Dropped the charges. But they got Brian Thomas from LSU. Gabe Davis from the Bills. Christian Kurtz, he be balling. Travis Etienne, he should have a big year this year. No did he. Evan Ingram, really good tight end. He just played for the Giants. Eric Armstead, he just played for the 49ers. Trayvon Walker, athletic from Georgia, really good athlete. They took him over before we took over Aiden Hutchinson. Thank God for them. Chad Mamua, athletic linebacker, a white boy. That boy is super duper athletic, man. Super duper athletic. So they got some athletes. Devin Lloyd out of Utah. I think he was a second round pick, late first. He a beast at linebacker. Darnell Savage at safety used to play for the Green Bay Packers. So Ronald Darby, I don't know why he's still in the league though, but they secondary kind of questionable. And then, everybody's darlings this year, probably with everybody playing with on Madden. We got the Houston Texas, man. It's the Texas thing, man. Yeah, it's the Texas thing, man. And what they doing out there in Houston is they got expectations. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with Target on the back. Stephon Diggs trying to get a deal. They bring in Joe Mixon. I feel like they should have kept Devin Singletary. Still got Damian Pierce, which he didn't do as good as he did the year before. Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Robert Woods, John Minchie, great receiving core. Dalton Schultz is great with CJ Stroud. We know what Stroud gonna do. Will Anderson, first round pick last year. Daniil Hunter, they add him. So it's a lot of expectations. Derek Stingley, one of the better corners in the league. Jimmy Ward, been really good safety for years to come. So Jalen Petrie out of Baylor, a tremendous player. So they got a bunch of really, 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 really good football players, man. So yeah, this is that I would say, short of a expectation hangover, I would get them the edge over Jacksonville. I think it's going to be close. I think they edge Jacksonville out by 2 games. So looking at the book, they're plus 100. So yep, 100 get you 100. Jacksonville is second. 100 get you 290. Indianapolis 100 get you 320. And Tennessee 100 get you $950. So yeah, I could definitely see any one of these teams winning it. But I think Stroud and Houston with Diggs and those guys are just too strong. Too strong. Too strong. We going all the way this year. He said the Raiders lost Josh Jacobs. Yep. He didn't do much last year for real because he missed them games like he should have. But let's keep it moving. So we at the end of AFC North. This should be fun. One of the better divisions in football. Another one. Pittsburgh never had a losing season under Tomlin. Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson. I think he done. Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrows. 2 disgruntled receivers that want their money. Chase and T Higgins. Baltimore cheap ass owner too. Baltimore Ravens. I mean, it's a good division. All got really good defense, especially the Browns, Steelers, and Ravens. The quarterback play is Cincinnati, Baltimore. Add Derrick Henry to the mix in Baltimore, then whatever he still got left in the tank. Lamar should make him that much more deadlier. Lamar lost some weight, so they still got Justice Hill. So he still ran for 1,100 yards last year, 12 TDs. He's 30 years old. That's kind of the yard marker when they started to fall off. 30 years old, but Lamar should get him some holes, no diddy, that he hadn't seen before. Played all 17 games last year, so first time he did that in his career, but only 17 games for the last 2 years. He played 16, 3 times, 15, 2 times, and he missed the majority of that other season with 8 and almost still had 1,000 yards running. So he's been, durable, and with Lamar, it's gonna make him that much more dangerous. And hopefully they're smart enough to utilize him in the passing game too. What Lamar can do for him, but receiver wise, it still ain't nothing happening there. Zay Flowers, Tylen Wallace, he can reach his potential. That can help. Rashad Bateman, he ain't never healthy. Nelson Aguilar, he got bricks for hands. I like Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews though. So defensively, we know what they're gonna bring. I know Jadeveon Clowney left, but this was a perfect spot for Jadeveon Clowney to stay. But their defense is going to be their defense, so they're going to be good there. Kyle Hamilton, one of the better safeties in the league. We know it. So Cincinnati, it's the same old thing, man. They lost Jesse Bates. They had to pay Joe Burrows. Disgruntled receiver core. Uh, Zach Moss and Chase Brown from out of Illinois, and Zach Moss is going to spearhead that backfield, so they should be straight there. Um, Other than that, they lost DJ Reader to us in Detroit. So, Dax Hill, shout out to him, went to Michigan. DJ Turner, I believe, went to Michigan as well, too, if my memory serves me correctly. And he did. So, yeah, they do a lot of recruiting to Michigan DBs over there. But, yeah, that'd be all right. Um, Pittsburgh, we know what they bring to the table. Cleveland, let's see what Cleveland got popping over here. What Cleveland got popping over here. Watson, Jerome Ford. I know Nick Chubb's he out. Amari Cooper and Watson be cooking up some heat. I don't know why they got Jerry Judy. He ass. Elijah Moore, he still ain't did nothing. And Joko balled out with y'all boy Flacco last year, but not so much with Watson. Defensively, they stud Miles Garrett, probably the best in the games. Darius Smith, Devin Bush went to Michigan at linebacker. Jeremiah Okoso Komoroa, he just got paid. Grant Dale Pitt out of LSU. Denzel Ward out of Ohio State. I think he had a whole bunch of concussions. His career might be coming to an end. Greg Newsome, I think he went to Houston. Didn't he go to Houston? Oh, Northwestern, my bad. I got missed it. Good, really good young corner. So they got a good defense, real good defense. So, yeah, Jared Willis Jr. They got a really good defense, man. So if Deshaun Watson could just be what he needed to be, was Cleveland got the worst luck with quarterback, that'd be straight Pittsburgh. Um, got rid of a lot of their young receivers too, a lot of their receivers. But Pickens is the guy. Van Jefferson, no more Dante Thompson, Calvin Austin. So they ain't got the best. Roman Wilson out of Michigan, another Michigan guy. He helped them when he get back 100% healthy. Jalen Warren, Najee Harris. I like Warren more than Harris. Harris run like a baby back itch, and I said itch like I'm itching. Pat Fryer moved like him a lot of tight end, and defensively, you know what they bring. Just paid Cameron Hayward, TJ Watt, best in the game, right there with Miles Garrett. So Dante Jackson, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter Jr. So yeah, it's gonna be a good division. But if I had to bet a pretty penny on it, I'm gonna go with Baltimore to succeed once again. Baltimore will succeed once again. And I think second will probably be Cleveland. I just think Cincinnati window closed. Defense, a lot of guys on defense gone. Jesse Bates, DJ Reader, Joe Burrow can't stay healthy, so I think they fall off this year. I think actually Cincinnati's probably going to be the last team in this division. I think they're going to finish last. I like Baltimore for the win, plus 140. Cincinnati plus 165. Cleveland plus 450. Pittsburgh plus 750. If I had to say, man, if I took a risk, I like Cleveland at that 450 spot. But I'm gonna take Baltimore to win the division. And then we got one more. This should be an interesting one. It's a division where the Miami Dolphins are by clearly have the most headline talent. They got two or three good running backs that can get it done. They got a quarterback who got a water pistol for an arm. He got a 22 for an arm. Um, but they got Raheem Mostert and Davion Achane. He a baller. And Jeff Wilson Jr. can ball too. You got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Odell Beckham there. He washed though. He washed up. Braxton Berrios, good possession receiver. Not much, don't know much. Oh, Juno Smith at tight end. That's a good pickup for them. So they got a solid offensive line. Got Terron Armstead from the where them Jokers play at from the New Orleans Saints. I don't know how long he been down there. Then we got Benito Jones, nose tackle. He played in Detroit. Used to Calais Campbell. He got to be 70. They defense looking kind of suspect though, to be real. They defense mad suspect. Jalen Ramsey old as dirt. That motherfucker been trash. They defense I like Jordan Poyer though. They defense old though. So yeah. See, they got a high powered offense, but they defense old. So, you look and you say, well, New England, we ain't got to talk about them. They ass. They ain't not going to be a player in the game. Buffalo, they don't have nothing left. Josh Allen, if he get them to the playoffs, he probably deserve to be the MVP at this point. They literally have nothing. James Cook is solid, but other than that, Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman. I like Keon Coleman. Curtis Samuel's a good gadget guy. Marquez Valdez Scantling can't catch. Dalton Kincaid is nice. Dawson Knox is nice. Um, Defensively, Greg Russo's a dog. Ed Oliver's a dog. But outside of that, man, I don't know the rest of the Rasul Douglas, Damar Hamlin starting. That's wild. Taylor Rapp. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Josh Allen, to make it to the playoffs, he deserved the MVP in my opinion. They don't do it for me. And then the Jets. I mean, shit, you got an old ass quarterback coming off an Achilles. They might have the best roster top to bottom, to be honest. Aaron Rodgers, Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams from the Chargers coming off the ACL, Alan Lazard. I mean, Tyler Conklin at left tackle. I mean, tight end. Tyron Smith to get him from Dallas. Elijah Tucker, they drafted him at guard. Morgan Moses, I think he came from Washington. Yep, Washington picked him in the third round. He's solid. So they made a lot of investments into that offensive line, honestly. Defensively, we know what they bring it to the table. They struggled against the run last year, but they're probably because they just sucked all the way around. Javon Kinlaw is a beast out of from the 49ers. Now he gets to start and shine. Quentin Williams is a dog, one of the best interior linemen. CJ Mosley still doing it. Sauce Gardner from Detroit. DJ Reed, best one of good corners. They just paid Michael Carter II, the corner. So, yeah, man, shit, to be honest with you, bro, I got the Jets winning this division. I'm probably going to go with the Jets winning this division, bro. I'm gonna say they probably win 12 games. They win it by a game. I like the Jets winners division. Miami, a quarterback is ass. They defense is ass. You go over here and look at this. No, Jets lead the division. Damn, the Jets the favorite plus 160. Bills plus 195. They got the Dolphins at plus 210. So they saying the Dolphins might finish third in this division, and then New England ain't got a chance. The biggest upset we seen plus 2,600. So damn, New England ain't got a chance. Plus 2,600 get you almost 3 bands. So yep. So what we have here is the Jets, Houston, Baltimore, Kansas City. I would say the wild card is going to be Cleveland, Jacksonville. I believe it's 3. And I'm gonna say Cleveland, Jackson. I'm gonna say Indianapolis probably sneaking that mofo too. Somehow Indiana they get 3 on the AFC South. I got the Kansas City Chiefs making it through again. Yeah, I got the Chiefs going for the 3-peat versus the Eagles. I like the Eagles to win it. I like the Eagles to win it. So I like the Eagles to win it. Chiefs and Eagles. I like the Eagles to stop their 3-peat in the last one. Now, if we talking about MVP, you know what? I've been on the Arizona bandwagon. I like Kyler Murray to win MVP. Yeah, I like Kyler Murray to win MVP. Yeah, I like Kyler Murray to win MVP. I don't know if we can get to the MVP bets here. Lions, rookies, defensive props. Yeah, I like Kyler Murray to win MVP. I'm gonna be in the minority in that, but if you like want to throw some money, 100 get you 5,000 on that. So I don't know. I just got a feeling I'm probably dead wrong. Like Murray for MVP. Just my humble opinion. Offensive Rookie of the Year. AP Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go with Marvin Harrison Jr. Just think he's gonna have a big year. Malik Neighbors don't have a quarterback. My second will be Caleb Williams. Think he's gonna be pretty good. Uh, NFL regular season offensive player of the year. I would imagine that if Kyler Murray win it, it would go to him. But let's say they just chose not to go with a running back. So let's say they didn't. They want 9 quarterbacks. That's what they like. The bet telling me. I'm going to say. I'm probably going to go with Brees Hall. I like Brees Hall. So yeah, I like Brees Hall. I like Brees Hall. So yeah, I like Brees Hall, defensive player of the year. I'm gonna go with. Mm, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Miles Garrett. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Miles Garrett. That's what I'm gonna roll with Miles Garrett. And then coach of the year, that's gonna go to the Arizona Cardinals head coach, whoever the hell the Arizona Cardinal head coach is. Let me see I don't even know who their head coach is. That's who gonna win it. Jonathan Gannon. Yeah, that's who gonna win it. Let's see where Jonathan Gannon at down in this damn dump list. He got to be at the bottom. He ain't even on here. Brother ain't even on here. Damn. He ain't even on here. So but yeah, that's pretty much all I pretty much got right now. So that's what we rolling with. Oh yeah, the week one pick. So yeah, let's get these week one picks out the way. Any questions, any other questions y'all got, I'll answer them. Let's get these week one picks out the way. Yeah, before we get out of here. Ira on the nose is perfect almost. Money line. Give me Kansas City. I don't see them losing 2 home openers today, but wouldn't surprise me if Lamar did it. I think they will cover the 3, and I also take the money line over and under. I think they probably will be under 46, 47. I think they'd be under 46 and a half. I'm gonna say they're gonna be under. They're gonna hit the under. I could be definitely wrong. I'm gonna say they're gonna hit the under. Deviant, I think they're gonna hit the under. I could be wrong. Well, let me see what the weather look like in Kansas City first. See what the weather look like. It's gonna be 89. It's 89. Oh yeah, it's raining tonight. Hold on. Hold on. No. Yeah. Gonna rain by 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's gonna rain by 9 o'clock. And look like. Let me see. Let me, let me see. Let me see if I get an hourly forecast on this Jokers. Like so it's gonna be scattered thunderstorms from 6. It's gonna be thunderstorms at 6:30. So the game started at 8. So yeah, it's gonna be raining all through that game. Scattered and rain and heavy rain by the end. So yeah, give me the under. Give your boy the under. So I got Kansas City on the money line, cover the 3 and the under. Green Bay and Philly tomorrow in Brazil. All them niggas out there scared in Philly. It's a good one. Give me Green Bay for the upset plus 110. I like Green Bay to get off on a good foot. They cover the 2.5 points. They hit the over in that game. I think Green Bay slices up the Philadelphia Eagles defense early on. I think they win exactly by 3. Late field goal, Green Bay over Philly. Tennessee and Chicago, very interesting game. Tennessee traveled to Chicago. They the favorites. Good defense there. Caleb Williams got an opportunity to do the real deal. It's not a fire drill, it's the real deal. Give me Tennessee as the underdog. Give me Tennessee underdog. I think they cover the 3. I like Tennessee to cover that 3 underdog. I think they'd be over 44.5 points. So Tennessee, give me the whole top line, the cover, the money line, and the over. So over Chicago. Pittsburgh and Atlanta, Russell going to Atlanta where the players play and they ride on them things like hope they riding on them dubs and not them other things they be riding on. No Diddy. They all Diddy down there though. But no offense. But it's an interesting one. We ain't seen Kirk Cousins all off season. Russell Wilson got a torn hamstring, got a messed up calf still. Could we see Justin Fields? Could we see Michael Penix Jr.? It's gonna be a defensive game. I like the under on this one for sure. Man, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. because I ain't seen Kirk Cousins. It's gonna be a tough game. Pittsburgh gonna win by 2, 3. So the Falcons will cover the 3.5. Pittsburgh will win the money line and it'll be the under. So I like Pittsburgh in this one. It's just I don't know. It's just a feeling. I don't know, but I don't not like seeing Kirk Cousins coming off an Achilles like that. So um, then we go to Jacksonville and Miami. Should be another interesting one. State of the Gunshine State of Florida. I think these only 2 Florida teams. Oh, Tampa Bay. So we can't disrespect Tampa Bay. So over is 49.5 points. Give me that. This definitely be over that. This is a tough one to call. I'm gonna take Miami to beat the cover and win the game. I can see Jacksonville winning it, but I'm gonna trust Tua in this one. So I like Miami to cover, Miami to win the money line, and I like the over in this one. New England and Bengals, give me the Bengals. The cover the 8.5. Give me the Bengals 450 the money line, and give me the over under. Give me the over. Give me the over. Damn, hold on. I don't know. I'll take the over. It's gonna be close on that one because I don't see New England putting up a bunch of points. Oh man. You know what? Give me the under. I'm gonna go under. The whole bottom line I'm going. Cincy to cover, Cincy in the money line, the under. The whole bottom line. Houston and Indianapolis, all this is a 1 p.m. game. Every game been 1 p.m. except for tonight's game and tomorrow with the Eagles and Packers. Houston, Indianapolis, oh, this is a good one. Division game off rip. Indianapolis is the home underdogs, which is crazy. I like Houston still. Cover the 2.5. Cover the money, win the money line, and I like the over in this one. They're gonna put some points up in this one. Won't be surprised if Anthony Richardson won this game. The 10-point spread. I thought that was a 10-point spread. I like Houston whole top line. Cover the 2.5. 152. The over. So yeah, Minnesota, New York. I mean, shit. Give me the under. Somebody got to win by more than I think 1.5. So they in New York. 2 shitty quarterbacks. Give me the Giants. Giants get the dub. Give me the underdog home Giants. Give me them to cover the 1.5 and give me the under 41.5. Give me the under, bro. I'm gonna answer y'all questions when I'm done with these picks. Carolina and New Orleans. Another good one. Pun intended there. Give me New Orleans at home. Defense too good for Bryce Young. Carolina got a solid defense too, but they lost that old buddy, the Giants, Brian Burns. But I like the Giants take the 3.5. I mean, the Saints take the 3.5. Take the money line, and I will go. Woo! Give me the under. I mean, in the dome, it's crazy to take the under. Give me the under in that one. So give me the whole bottom line. No Diddy. Arizona, Buffalo. Buffalo is a 290 home favorites, negative 290, 6.5, under 47.5. Give me Arizona. Lock this in. Give me Arizona in Buffalo. Let me check the weather. Before I open my mouth. I should be checking the weather on some of these games. Let me check the weather. Let me check the weather. Oh, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Give me Arizona. Lock it in. Give me Arizona to cover that 6.5. Hit that money line. And the over. Woo! I'll say the over. Give me the whole top line. Lock it in. Underdog pick of the week. Arizona, the whole top line. Cover the 6.5. Money line. And win the over. And the over at 47.5. Give me Arizona. Kyler. Vegas and the Chargers. Raiders are favored. Well, they the underdogs. 142. Give me the Raiders, man. Give me the Raiders. I don't know. Give me the I don't know. Give me the Raiders for the upset. I'll go there. They covered the 3. Nah. Oh, man. I don't know. Give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders. They covered the 3. They're gonna hit the over in this game. I don't know why I feel that way, but Raiders whole top line, money line plus 142, cover the 3 at negative 105 and over at 110, 40 and a half. Not confident in. We got the Broncos, the Russell Wilson X teams, and the Seahawks. Nobody gives a hell about this game, to be honest. Uh, I got Seattle whole bottom line. I mean, Seattle to cover the 5.5. Seattle will be negative 260. They'll win the money line, and it'll be the over. I think I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Give me the under in this one. They both nasty ass teams, to be honest. Well, Seattle's solid. Denver just I don't like them. Not this year. Dallas and Cleveland. Game of the afternoon, and maybe even of the day slate. So Dallas is underdog at 118, going to Cleveland. Let's see what the Cleveland weather looking like. It's the Thuggish Rugged Bone. It's the Thuggish Rugged Bone. Let's see what Cleveland weather is. So it will be in Cleveland, 68. So it'll be nice in Cleveland. Yep, no rain in sight. So give me Cleveland. Too much defense. Too much D for Dak. Because you know he like Ezekiel Elliott D. No Diddy. All Diddy. I got Cleveland. Cleveland running away with this one. They covered a 2.5. Money line 136. It'll be the over. They'll put up enough points. Amari Cooper cooks his former team in Dallas. Dallas eat that L. You know, CD Lamb trash because he didn't go in training camp. Washington and Tampa, interesting game. I love to see Jaden Daniels do his thing. But I got Tampa. Whole bottom line. They'll cover that 3.5. They'll win the money line, and you know, over and under. I'll go over. I think Tampa them put up enough points, so yeah, over. Lions and Rams. I got the Lions winning that one by 1 point. So the Lions will not cover that spread, but they will win and they will hit the over. So I think I got the highest over and under this week. So 52.5. That got to be the highest we've seen so far. Yes, sir. 52.5. So if you're a daily fantasy guy or you fantasy, you won't get as many players on that team as possible because they're gonna put up some points. Vegas said they're gonna put up some points. So yep. And then we got the Monday night game. It's only one Monday night game this year. So they got a Thursday night game off rip. That's wild. They ain't waste no time with that shit. But Jets crossing over to play the 49ers. Give me the Jets. Aaron Rodgers will be healthy. He going back to the crib. Give me the Jets plus 180. They won't cover the 4.5, but it will be. It will be under. They will be under 43.5, but the Jets will beat the 49ers. The Jets will beat the 49ers. This is my opinion. Okay. Titans, Bengals, Jets, Chiefs, Seahawks, Cowboys, Lions, Falcons. I don't know what you're smoking on about the Titans. Chiefs about to lose tonight. I don't think so. They ain't going to lose 2 home openers. Jets win the AFC East easily. That's what Vegas say too. You think Arizona doing good? Yes, sir. I like Kyler Murray this year. They was hot as fish grease last year when he came off the ACL. Nobody spoke about it. Why do you think my boy Brock Purdy gets so much hate? Because he got so much talent around him and he came out of nowhere. So that's all it is. He bought out this year. He about to be $60 million up. So, yep. He about to be 60 mil up. So, yep. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this, man. You know, Myron requested it. I was thinking about doing it. Had he not requested it, man, I wouldn't have did this video, to be honest. I would have did this live stream. I just would have did a preview. So y'all like the video, share, support it. I could do more NFL videos. I'm probably going to do a shorts picking each game every week. So I'm probably going to do shorts. picking these games. So hopefully y'all enjoy it, man. Support the channel. Check out the Patreon. That's the best way you can support the channel. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. Whole nine. Hit the link tree. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Peace.